Hello, and welcome to the November taping of the Cannon County Chamber Connection. And today we've got some changes, as you can tell. Of course, I'm here as usual. My name is Carolyn Motley, and I'm the coordinator for the Chamber of Commerce. And next to me, my co-host, who's sitting in my chair, by the way, is Billy Kaufman, and he is the CEO of the Short Mountain Distillery, and we're glad to have you on here.
I'm so sorry,
Billy.
Carolyn. I had no idea this was your chair.
Well, I didn't want to say, get out of my chair, move over there, so I just thought, I guess I can function from this spot, so it's okay.
We could switch if you want to.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Just hope that we do want to welcome you here today, and
Thank you.
our year has gone by so fast, and of course the distillery has had a lot of things going on, and the Chamber's had a lot of things going on, Cannon County's had a lot of things going on, and it's not letting up. I'm going to tell you, until probably January 1st, there's still a full slate of things to do here, and of course, we look at the tourism part of it, do we not, Billy?
Yes, certainly the tourism part is very important for Cannon County. We can only generate so much revenue with the people that live in Cannon County, and it's really great for this small county to bring in as many people as possible and get visitors to come here, and not only to show them great hospitality in a beautiful place, but also, to offer them the goods and services that we provide.
We do. We have a lot of things that they don't have anywhere else. The distillery being one of them, although now there's Jack Daniels and everything. We all know that.
Sure.
But
they don't make good moonshine.
No. In fact, I don't think they make moonshine at all, do they?
No, they don't. No, they don't.
And there's a lot of people interested in that type of thing, in going to, whether it be Jack Daniels or Short Mountain Distillery. Plus, Short Mountain Distillery has some little extra things that add to that. They have the trading post that is right there next door to them, and that's a great place to go. We have artisans that have their artwork and this type of thing in that. They have a lot of, it is a barn, and you can go in. They have the Fall Fest. They're getting ready to have the Christmas extravaganza coming up, where they will have Christmas crafts and everything. Plus, you have mule wagon rides.
Yes.
You do organic farming.
Yes, we do.
I have people call me that want to come watch you plow.
Yes. We
I'm
don't plow
always
every
amazed
day.
by that. That's right. It's. Are you plowing now?
We are not plowing now. We have a field of corn that is ready for harvest, but I think we're probably going to harvest that with a tractor. We might have some mule rides this coming Saturday for the Christmas extravaganza. And the mule skinners of Middle Tennessee usually send down one or two people to offer those rides, which I think is a great thing.
People love riding on a wagon pulled by mules.
Sure. I would love to get a permanent mule team at the distillery and offer rides every weekend, but we just have to get the number of tourists up by working on our marketing, working on what we're providing for tourism, and hopefully bringing a Tennessee whiskey trail right to the door. And these are all things that are totally possible. I'm also the president of the Tennessee Distillers Guild now, and we have almost 20 members now in the Distillers Guild, and those are all different distilleries in Tennessee.
And there's a lot of them within a couple hours driving.
Sure, you've got Dickel, Jack Daniels, Pritchard's.
There's one up on Mount Eagle. What is that?
I can't remember, but he's probably a member. So,
and if he isn't, he should be.
And if he isn't, he should be. But all these different distilleries have decided, even though that they compete with each other, that they should bind together and work together to do things, and so we should in Cannon County. And I think the art center and the Blue Porch and the mill and the distillery and the drive-in and all the different stores in Woodbury, all of that create an experience that people can come here and spend the day going through and having a great time. And I'm not going to be the owner of it, but currently we're building a restaurant at the distillery. It'll be called the Still House Restaurant, and it'll be run by Todd Hollinsworth, who's a local here in Cannon County. And
He's the chef, right?
he'll be the head chef, but there'll be other chefs, as time goes on, and that will be another thing that makes Cannon County a destination.
I don't think we have a restaurant on that end of the county either, do we?
The Short Mountain Market is an excellent restaurant if you ever want to get a really good hometown burger.
Okay.
But if you want any fine dining or anything like that, we don't have anything like that. But now that liquor by the drink has passed by a very narrow margin, but it has passed, there'll be more fine dining and more tourism directed at that. So these are all small things that combine to make Cannon County a better destination.
Well, I think one thing that we have to look at reality for what it is. And the chamber and the industrial board and a lot of the top businesses, tourist attractions in Cannon County have gone together, and we have a marketing company now. And that's what it takes anymore. And of course, our downtown area has multiple antique stores and more coming all the time. Now, maybe that's not for everyone, but for a lot of people, that is a destination. They come in. We had a busload full of them this last weekend, and they have come in, and that was their main purpose, was just to go around to the antique stores that are in town. We're looking into perhaps a way of getting some tours here, some bus tours, where people can go to these different places and come as a group. It's cheaper. You can leave the driving to someone else, and just have a good time. And that is one of our goals. And the fact that I know the marketing's working because I get calls about it, and it's from some of the oddest marketing places that you would think that I get calls from that says, well, people will say, well, I heard it on such and such, and that's exactly what we want. We want you to hear about us, and we want you to come here. And we try to do everything we can to get you here, too. And if you ever do, you'll have a good time. So
That's for sure.
Guaranteed.
That's my opinion, and it ought to be yours, too. So, but we do have guests with us today, and one of them is Andy Jacobs. And Andy is the president of the Woodbury Lions Club, which is a big organization in town. They do a lot of fundraising. And all of their fundraising goes to their charities, and most of them having to do with sight. However, the diabetes awareness program, or for juvenile diabetes, which will lead in probably to sight problems at one time or another, so it all kind of ties in. But I always refer to the first Saturday in December as Lions Day in Cannon County, because it really is. And Andy, what do we start out with that day?
We call it Woodbury Christmas, Woodbury Lions Club Christmas. At 7 o'clock on Saturday, December the 6th, we'll have pancake breakfast. Santa Claus will be there for pictures with the children that would like to have pictures made. At noon, the parade starts, which is sponsored by the Woodbury Lions Club.
Wait a minute before you go on. When you have that parade now, and I had a call about this today, so do you have to register for it ahead of time?
You do have to register with the UT Extension Office, Bruce Stillman or Kim Smithson at the UT Extension Office, and their number is 563-2554. We don't charge anything to be in the parade, but DTC has offered to televise the parade, and we'd like to know who's going through, and that way the TV announcers can have a list and see what's going
I
on.
help with that, and it is very difficult when you don't know ahead of time because they're right there in front of you, and you go, oh, well, that was so-and-so that just went by.
It is at noon. It is at noon on the 6th, and no four-wheelers. We as a Lions Club, we take out $1 million insurance policy just for that one day, and our insurance company says four-wheelers are the most dangerous things in a parade. And I have been run over once in the parade by a four-wheeler. So
What about
then-
candy?
we don't have any rules about candy.
Okay.
Some parades say no candy. It's really hard to stop it
Because
if
we've been,
people do it.
I've bought candy for the parade as we've had a vehicle in the parade and through the distillery, and I find the candy thing was a problem because I wanted there to be enough candy for all the kids, to get through the parade. So I got that hard candy, but then I noticed at the end of the parade, the hard candy, they didn't want it, so it was lining the street all the way up the road. So then the next year I got less candy, but I got chocolate.
And it melted.
No, the chocolate is what they want. So I think if you're going to be in the parade, just use chocolate, no hard candy.
And then
There you go.
That's good. When there's kids on the float, the first half of the parade is full of candy, but they've already thrown it all by the time they get to the square. So
Yeah,
you need
no handfuls, just
Right.
one at a time. Yeah, that's
Right.
good too.
Then that evening we have our tour of homes, and what the tour of homes is 7 or 8 people have decorated their house for Christmas, and they allow the Lions Club to sell tickets to come in and tour their home. And it started out people decorated for Christmas and then have cookies, and then it got a little bit more extravagant. We have people coming from Murfreesboro
They
to
do.
go on our tour of homes, even though Murfreesboro was having their tour of homes that same night,
Oh, wow.
because it's our tour of homes is $7. I'm sorry, $7.
And they tell me that we serve more refreshment.
Murfreesboro is $20. It's $20 for a tour of homes, and they have no food.
See, we have good hospitality in Cannon County.
Easy choice.
The one year, a house, we were getting calls, and a house had shrimp.
Whoa.
They had boiled shrimp.
Wow.
For then, and people try to outdo each other every year.
But see, this is a good thing.
It is a very good thing, and it's a great fundraiser for the Lions Club. We normally make right at about $1,000
Whoa.
off of that one fundraiser.
Now, the last couple of years, you've also had the Lions Club in on the tour of homes, which I think is great because the hospitality starts right there if you haven't purchased your ticket. But last year, what I ran into was after the parade, I went to the Lions Club to help kind of set up over there, and people were coming in wanting to buy tickets at that time to the tour of homes. So, it starts early, and there's a lot of people that like to go around and go through people's homes. They do.
When you have 7 homes and you've got 3 hours and they're stretched out
Over Cannon County.
over
they do.
Cannon County, people are wanting to get started as soon as they'll let you in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
house.
It's the sprint of home.
Right. That's right.
It is, but people will come back then. There were 2 families last year from Murfreesboro that went on the tour, the ones that they wanted to, because they also give you a map at the Lions Club when you buy your ticket. But they came back and stayed at the Lions Club, and they just ate and talked and drank, and I finally had to run them off. But I guess my favorite thing was I was walking out the door, and this woman walked up, and she goes, I went on the tour, but I came from Murfreesboro, and she says, I didn't buy a ticket because I just went through them. I already had a map. So she says, now I want to pay for it. I had 2 people that did that. Now that's pretty good when people will go on the tour and then come in and tell you they want to pay for it.
Well, the reason you come to the Lions Club building to start the tour is to see Carolyn's Christmas Village.
Really?
Carolyn's, it's too big for her house.
Yes, I outgrew it.
She-
Or it outgrew me.
Is it
what
spilling
did.
out on the table too?
No.
So she comes to the Lions Club and sets up her Christmas Village, and it takes up an entire wall of our Lions
does.
Club. It's 6 tables, I'm guessing.
And more than that, I
More
could
than-
bring more, but I try to trim it down a little bit.
But that day is our biggest day of the year. It seems like we're, other than our horse show day, that day we've got something planned all day long.
It really is, but it's fun.
Oh, yes, it is
It's a
fun.
lot of fun, brings a lot of people to town. They hang around, you know, when they come in, even if it's in the morning. And I always tell everybody, just come and spend the day. Because in between events, you can shop, you can ride around, you can do anything you want to do. It's a good day.
Our Christmas parade here in little bitty Woodbury is one of the larger Christmas, it's larger than Murfreesboro most of the time in entries.
I didn't even know Murfreesboro had one now.
I don't know if they still do or not. They banned most automobiles in parades. McMinnville's parade, Manchester's parade seem to have more entries than that.
We have a variety
We do.
of entries.
We do.
We have a lot of fire departments.
And we call on the fire department to help us with the parade also.
Yes, they do.
They do.
They do.
They do a good job, and they like to run their sirens.
They're proud.
Which is all right.
You just got to be careful where you put the horses
Right.
in relation to the fire department.
There's another rule to the parade is there's only one Santa Claus in Woodbury, and that's on our float. You would be surprised how many people come dressed as Santa Claus that we say, no, we have Santa Claus on our float.
Yeah.
We can't have
Two
more
of
than
them
the real
running
one.
around,
You know,
yeah.
we're
What classifies a Santa Claus?
the full dress suit. We don't mind that.
Okay.
We don't mind the red hats, you know.
Okay.
But if you've got a white beard and we're going to ask you to
So no white beards in the parade, because we got a big white beard at the distillery, but I won't bring him. I think he's here today,
I
actually.
think he's right there.
As long as he's not dressed up as Santa Claus, and he'll be all right.
Okay, so no red hat on a white beard. Okay. Sorry, Jeff.
But we do have a parade coming up this Saturday. We have Veterans Day parade
Right.
is this Saturday, and it's at 1 o'clock. And the Woodbury Lions Club, although we don't put on that parade, we do have a float and we do participate because we do have several veterans in our club.
Oh, we do? And Billy's not, you're not a veteran, are you?
Not yet.
Okay. He's going to join the Lions Club, he said. I heard.
That's true. I am. I'm going to join the Lions Club, I think, on November 10th,
All right.
which is in a few days. So I've got 2 Lions competing over my membership, but I'll come in and join. Maybe they can split me or something. I don't know how that works.
That's great.
They
That's
just
great. That's great.
Bragging rights is all they get.
bragging rights. And then if you act up as a member, then we have to go to your sponsor and say, hey, you need to go.
Oh, good. Well, then I know.
Now,
Yeah.
I will say that after this day, you're about done, the Lions Club for this year,
December the 6th, we're just about done for the
for
year.
the year.
Hey,
Yeah, but then
don't
you'll
forget the
start up
nuts.
again.
The nuts.
Oh, wait,
We've
we
got a
do.
lot between this Saturday and December the 6th. We have a lot.
We do.
November the 15th, which is the next Saturday, First Methodist Church has their food giveaway. The Woodbury Lions Club has what we call Coats for Cannon. Anybody, regardless of income, as long as you live in Cannon County and have some kind of proof, driver's license, phone bill, water bill that says you're in Cannon County, you can come in and get a coat. Your whole family can come in and get a coat. We have people working right now sorting through coats, and we normally give out between 200 and 250 coats to people that need it.
So that day, the Methodist Church going to provide you with a box of food. And then you can come over and get a coat if you need
There'll
one.
be a note inside the box of food saying, go to the Lions
Say, go
Club.
get a coat. That's not funny. I think that's great.
That's really great.
It is.
On the Friday, which would be the 14th, we have everybody over at Reach facility come over and all the kids get a coat. Regardless of
Whether you need it or not, you're
whether you
getting
need
a
to
coat.
know, every one of those kids is going to get a coat.
It makes all the difference in the winter if you've got a good coat or not.
It does, and we're due a bad winter. I hope it doesn't happen, but we're due
This
one.
year we've had donations other than coats. We also have socks and mittens and toboggans and things like that to go along with the coats. But if you'd like to donate a coat, Sue
We'll
Patrick
take those.
at her office will take them, or any Lions Club member will take them. Right now, our Christmas ornaments got here yesterday. They are for sale by any, well, I wouldn't say any Lions Club member, but we only have a few. We have 250 of them. And they are the Colonial Shirt Factory. And the Colonial Shirt Factory basically paid everybody in Woodbury. Everybody in Woodbury of that generation, the older generation, has worked at Colonial Shirt Factory at one time or another.
Sure.
So if you want a Christmas ornament to go with your set of, this is number 6 in the
Right.
row. It
A
is,
lot of people collect those.
A lot
I've
of
already
people.
had calls on that too, so,
It's part of Christmas Village.
yes, it is.
the Register of Deeds has them for sale in her office. First National Bank has some. Woodbury Funeral Home has them. And
Well, I will take some because I already have sold them.
Sue Patrick has some, and then Carolyn Motley will have some at Chamber office. Along with that, we have our pecans and nuts are on sale right now. First National Bank, Lion Clyde Bush is the director of
Head
that.
nut.
Is the
He
head
has-
nut. He is the head nut, and he has all that, and they're distributed all around town, and you can buy them just about
Yeah.
anywhere.
And those usually sell out quickly.
They do.
The pecans sell out.
Pecans and cashews
First.
sell out fast, and we have walnuts and then mixed
You have the
fruit.
mix, yeah.
Mixed fruit and nuts.
Yeah.
They're $10 a bag for the pecans, cashews, and other nuts, and $7 for the mixed fruit.
But all of the proceeds from any of these activities go to the charities of the Lions Club.
When you become a Lions Club member, you pay dues. That pays for the meals that we have at the building. We don't use any money collected at any time to have a meal, to do anything. We have an administrative account and we have a charities account. Administrative pays for, we have a meal at every meeting. It pays for the meals. It pays for lights. It pays for whatever we do as a club. Anything we bring in that we collect from the public goes straight to
Charity.
Middle Tennessee Line Site Services, which does operations at Vanderbilt Hospital on children's eyes.
You provide glasses for a lot of people.
We provide glasses. Last year we did over $3,000 worth in glasses. And that includes the doctor's visit and the pair of eyeglasses. We do hearing testing. We do eye testing. We have a machine that can test a child's eyes from 6 months to 5 years old. And it just takes a picture of the eye. They don't have to read. They don't have to do anything.
And there's been several Cannon County children that have had their sight saved by that right there, that people didn't realize they had a problem.
And we do it for free. We don't charge anything. We go to all the schools, all the preschools. In the last couple of years, we've got with the homeschool people, and we'll go and test their eyes. And Diabetes Awareness Month is November, and diabetes is the leading cause of eyesight
Right.
problems and blindness in the United States. So we work hard on eyesight. That's our main goal. Back many years ago, Helen Keller came to the Lions Club and asked us to be the Night of the Blind. So that's why our main goal is eyesight.
All right.
And like I said, the ornaments are here and for sale. Get them fast. The
They
cons are
will
here
go,
for
they
sale.
will.
And on the next meeting, November the 10th, we have a special meeting coming up, and it is diabetes awareness. And Dr. Brandon Busby and Dr. Michael Thomas will be there. Dr. Busby is with the Tennessee Retina Organization, and of course, Dr. Michael Thomas is a local doctor here, and we will be discussing diabetes and its effect on eyesight and overall health. And it is open to the public. It is a joint venture between the Woodbury Lions Club and the Woodbury chapter of the Eastern Star.
Okay. Well, Andy, you're just a font of information today. You really are.
He's on point.
I've got to get back to work here in just a minute because we are changing light bulbs on all those stars that go up through town.
Yes, and they're going to have
Thank
to
you.
be up shortly.
Yes, because a Merchant's Christmas is
It's
the
November 21st and 22nd.
21st and 22nd. I don't know how far back, but the Lions Club bought the stars, the decorations for
ornaments,
the town for Christmas. And those things blow light bulbs constantly. And the city has taken over changing the light bulbs. We have inmates are over at my office right now, and they'll change out 1,100 to 1,500 light bulbs to get them up and ready to go.
But
And the
see how
electric co-
pretty it is.
The
when
electric
they're up.
company volunteers, they send a truck out and
Put them up.
put them up, and the courthouse, we bought, the Lions Club bought decorations to go around the courthouse, the banners that say Merry Christmas and 4th of July and all that. We help provide those.
We put something different on every corner, don't we?
We do. But the Lions Club in Woodbury is the only service organization in town that is a member-based service organization. We have the Masonic Lodge and we have the American Legion, but we're the only service organization in town. And if you look around town at any function, you're going to see Lions Club members. The American Cancer Society has a grammar school basketball tournament every year in December. And a man came up and he said, I didn't know the Lions Club did the concession stand. Well, we looked around and everybody in that concession stand was a Lions Club member, but we were working for the American Cancer Society. We weren't working for
You
the
weren't
Lions
Lions Club members. I mean, you weren't members then.
we looked around, everybody in there was a Lions Club member. So at every function you go to here in the county, you're going to see Lions Club members. We may have a pin on or a hat. I wear a hat on all the time, but we're around
Well,
all the time.
That's your motto, we serve.
We serve.
So there you go. Andy, I got some other gifts. I got to
All
let
right.
you go.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Andy.
But thank you for
Thank you.
coming in, and I hope everything goes well this year. And I
It
hope we
should.
have big crowds for everything.
It should. It should. The way everybody's
so,
calling,
too.
we think we're going to have a lot of people
All
for the
right.
parades.
Very good.
We'll be
Thank
there.
you.
Okay. Did you think you were just going to sit here and learn stuff?
I know, this has been wonderful.
What?
Learning all kinds of new things about Woodbury.
Our next guest is Robin Taylor, and as things stretch out from Nashville to the outlying areas, you have a studio, right? Mm-hmm. And it's called the
Bird song.
Birdsong. I wasn't sure, and my mind just went blank, and I thought, okay,
that's
I know
okay.
it's a studio, but
We're still pretty new, so.
I did hear you sing because you sang for the Fall Fest that they had, Oktoberfest. I didn't realize it was you till I had already walked by and got on the other side of the square, and I thought, well, that was Robin.
Yeah.
So you, how are you doing with that?
Good. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was Antiques and More had set up this stage for us, so we really felt like celebrities that day singing out
Well,
there
all right,
in the square.
this is
But,
good.
Yeah.
You're going to feel that way again because in November, for the Christmas Merchants Christmas Open House, we're going to have you
I
on
hear
the
there's
square
a wagon.
again. It's a stage. It is a wagon, but it's our form of a mobile stage.
That sounds great. Yeah.
Don't laugh.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you, I've seen, I was at the first concert at Birdsong Studio, and I think it was probably one of the best performances, live performances I've ever seen.
Really?
I've ever seen. It was a band called the Humming People, and it's a very small, intimate setting in a refurbished church, so the acoustics are excellent. And they had this band, they were at the Americana Festival, and they came to Woodbury, and these people, they could have been on any stage in America. They were so fantastic.
Where were they from? Norway?
Norway.
Yeah, they were all the way from Norway, and they were singing sort of country
Roots-
music. They're sort of
roots
country
yeah.
music singers from Norway, and it was unbelievable, and that was fantastic. You guys should be so proud that you
you.
brought that kind of culture to Woodbury.
Thanks. Yeah, it really went well. That was our first big event, and we're still very new at the Birdsong Studio. We just moved in May to the church, which Neil, the director of the Arts Center, actually owns the building there.
Right.
So we're his tenants. But that concert was really kind of it exceeded our expectations as well. There were about 50 people that came.
Oh, excellent. That's
and
good.
Phil Madeira opened the show, and he's been with Emmylou Harris for 5 or 6 years, and like Billy said, the Humming People were just outstanding.
See,
The
when I
sound
first
was-
heard that, the Humming People, I thought, okay, how many songs can you hum? And now you know,
They didn't
I
hum.
wasn't,
They
I
didn't.
wasn't thinking
Someone
that.
should tell them what that
know.
humming means.
I know. I don't think they
They
do
don't
that
speak
in
English very well.
any-
They sing it perfectly.
Yeah.
But they don't
Well, that's like
speak.
Mel Tillis stuttered, but when he sang, he didn't stutter.
Exactly. That's what's
Pretty
going on
much.
with those guys.
Oh, I did think that. I thought, okay, this is.
All right.
how
Next
many-
time we'll.
She explained to me.
Yeah, Robin
Yeah,
will
we did.
explain.
Yeah. So,
But you are going to be here with us for the Merchants Christmas Open House, and you will be here on Saturday. And I believe you have someone with you that sings too, Ryan?
yep, Ryan sings
You're
too.
a match set there that comes on there.
Yep.
So,
We're both songwriters, so that's one of the things that I've really enjoyed about being at the Birdsong Studio at the church there, is just having the space to be creative and write songs and work on my songwriting. And I love
watch
being,
people go in the post office,
Yeah.
and then when they come out, write a song about
No, that's actually how I discover all the parades, because I don't hear about them in advance, but all of a sudden I'm like, what is that sound? And we'll look out.
it, because they come by the nursing home, right?
Yeah, they go right in front of the church. So,
Yeah, your church is on the parade route for the Christmas parade.
Yep.
For all the parades, I think.
Yeah, it is.
yeah, so that's how we find out, just all of a sudden they're in front of the building. And Halloween is also on the route. So we,
Next year,
no, well, we,
the haunted.
right.
studio.
We had candy, and we gave out every piece of candy, and we ran out. But
It was such
We
a
will-
miserable night.
I know we didn't
I'm
think
shocked that
people-
anybody went out.
Woodbury folks are
Tough.
very resilient.
Kids are tough.
I know, it
They're
didn't
on-
stop
Well,
at
those
that
those few blocks are the only places in the county where you really can trick or treat.
Okay.
So everyone in the county will come there.
Okay.
So that the kids have a
Oh,
safe
no,
place.
Billy, you haven't been to Beaver Dam
No.
and off College
that's-
Street.
to
They
me-
block it off.
But to me, it's all Woodbury.
It is Woodbury.
I'm on Short Mountain. I didn't
Right.
get any trick or treaters.
Yeah.
So you're lucky.
I didn't either, and I went
didn't
home
get-
thinking I'd have one. And
I didn't even get
Yeah,
a one.
we probably
I
had a
didn't
couple
either.
hundred. I mean, it was
Yeah.
amazing. So that was fun, and now next year we'll know, to be prepared, like you said, to maybe decorate or do
have a
something.
Halloween concert.
We could.
for kids.
We could. So there are a lot of opportunities there at the church, and still trying to figure everything out. But
And you moved there from where?
from Nashville. So I've been to Nashville in February. It'll be 4 years, and to work in the music business, but also perform and work on my songwriting. But originally, I'm from the Ann Arbor, Michigan area,
Okay.
and I've lived all over the country But I was just looking for something a little different, a break from the intensity of Nashville. And
Is there somewhere that we're on a map that says a little different? You need to go here.
this is it. Yeah. Well, actually, I love the arts community here, and I was looking for something a little bit out in the country, but there are a lot of places like that in Tennessee, and I think Woodbury is so unique, just so, thriving. It has a thriving art scene and
We
community.
do have that. For being so small, we have big ideas, and it's in a small place. I mean, it really is, but the art center is quality.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
A lot of the things that you go to, the performances they have here, the artisans that live in the area are great. They do some high-end work. I try to bring in a little something every month and set up there. Doesn't look very Thanksgiving-y, but one of them there I think's got a gun. Maybe he's killed a skunk. I guess that wouldn't be good on the table for Thanksgiving. But anyway,
They're the
have
audience.
That's right. We have some great artisans here, and we have some great musicals here, plays, musicians. Of course, my next guest over here, he calls home Smithville, but I went out there and watched him, and he does pretty well.
Oh, really?
He does. You should talk to him.
Okay, I will. I will.
We're networking
I see
right at
that.
the table.
Yeah.
We are.
So I'll give you my card. But
That's right. You need your card. Anyway, is there anything else you have planned in the near future that's...
Well, there are some things that I know will be happening. We just don't have dates yet. We're kind of reassessing after the last big concert, and we've got holidays coming up, so everybody's pretty busy. But I'm going to actually be releasing a record of my own.
Oh, great.
Just called an EP, just a short project, just has 4 songs on it, but it's my first kind of effort to get some of my original songs out. So I'll probably do a small concert just of me.
All right. That always works.
Yeah. And the overhead costs will be low, just myself up there. So I'll probably do something in early December for that.
Okay.
And then we're looking at planning like a signature series of house concerts for next year, more at the level of the Humming People and that kind of
Oh,
thing.
well, that'd be great.
Yeah. And I just want to say that I'm open to working with the community, having art displayed there on the walls, using it as a gallery, or even making the space available for events, or if folks want to come in and actually rent the space, because it's still pretty much intact, the open sanctuary, and it's very flexible. There's a kitchen there, and we can probably seat up to 75, with chairs if we need to. So come over. We're right next to the post office. Just knock first, because people have been walking in, which
Oh, wow.
is a little startling. Can't blame them, because it is a church, but one lady was looking for her pastor and that kind of thing. So if you come over, just knock, or you can visit
Well,
the
if
website.
she was looking for her pastor, she hadn't seen him in a while. Because
She came back the next week too, so I think it had been a while.
She forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But our website is www.thebirdsongstudio.com, and we'll have everything posted on there, and just encourage people to call or stop by.
Oh, yeah. Well, you might have some groups that'll come in there and want to make a record or something.
Yes, recording. The acoustics are amazing. That's one of the reasons we moved out there. So it's available for that as well. It's a pretty unique, special place.
We have a lot of people in the area that are talented in that regard, too.
Yeah, I'm
They
looking
really
forward
are.
to meeting more folks.
Well, they need to meet you, but they'll hear you on when you're on that wagon stage,
Yeah.
on our mobile stage. And of course,
right.
we're asking you to bring the sound equipment, Robin,
Oh,
because
I
we don't
forgot
have
about that. Yeah. No problem.
We do what we can in Cannon County. That's a good slogan. We should remember that one.
Do what we can.
We do what we can, and
Can't. It's on.
Lions Club has got We Serve, so we can do,
what we can.
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It's recorded live right here. Yes.
Well, Robin, you're a lot of fun, and you do have a good sense of humor because we've put you through a lot.
Because you're still here.
You haven't got up and left yet, so I'm real proud over that.
Am I supposed to leave?
No,
or-
no,
okay.
you can sit right there as long as you want because my next guest is right over here. And of course, he has taped this for as long as we've been doing it.
I think I'm better
guess.
on that side of the camera.
Oh, you don't think, Tom, that you can do it on this side? Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
We'll find out, I guess.
I have to say that DTC has been such a great partner with the Chamber ever since I started working for the Chamber. And I think they are with the community, I think DTC is. And always involved in anything that we have, I can count on DTC as being a partner involved in that. And of course, Tom, what is your official title, Tom?
I don't know. Technically, I'm the video production editor.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Now, see,
so,
that's impressive.
Nick Noakes and myself, of course, we're the ones that basically operate Channel 3 on the local TV service. And, you mentioned that, and we've got to say we're thankful for the local communities because when we really started building Channel 3, the biggest thing we wanted to do was get out in the communities, find local, and put the spotlight on local. And I think sometimes people are caught off guard by that because they're used to TV being Nashville. And of course, we're nowhere near that size, but at the same time, our TV service goes out to a lot of folks, and we've been able to put a good spotlight on a lot of great aspects of our local communities.
But how many local people do you see on Nashville television?
Exactly.
Unless you're in a wreck or you get picked up for DUI or something, you don't see a whole lot of local.
And we found a lot of good in the local communities, of course, and I got to say, in my almost 3 years of doing this, I've learned more about the local communities, and I've lived in DeKalb County my whole life, and I've found out more about Cannon County and Smith County and even Wilson and Rutherford than I ever knew. And I think a lot of folks have discovered, and we've talked for a long time about, dollars are precious and folks don't take those long vacations like they used to anymore. And we've come to discover, man, there's a lot to do just right in our own backyard. So.
It is, and sometimes we don't take advantage of that.
Right.
We think when you say vacation that you have to go to the beach or something. Sometimes if you just look around, you can have a good time and you don't necessarily have to have the ocean. Remember, there's sharks out there and they come in pretty close. You don't have that problem here.
Rock Island is as good as any
That's
beach on
exactly
this
right.
planet.
Exactly.
Rock Island is good, it is. And then Smithville, most of that county's covered with lakes.
Yep.
Beautiful lakes. So if you want to
Absolutely.
fish, or that's probably the one thing that Cannon County, and of course, I'll use the surrounding counties if I have to for that. If you're interested in fishing, I'll tell them you can come here and live, but you can go over there and fish. It's fine. They got lakes all over the place.
And
so.
Cannon County's got great arts here, and of course the distillery, if you've not been there, that's just a marvelous place. And I've directed a lot of folks to go check out the distillery, come to the art center, antiques on the square, and there's always something going on in Cannon County. And again, I've just learned so much about my own backyard that it's really opened my eyes, and I think a lot of the folks that enjoy our channel have learned a lot about their own area.
Well, that is it, and I do think that, and everybody says, well, I need this with my cable and everything. I've had DTC now for several years, and I get everything that I had on DirecTV. Maybe there's a sports thing or two, but I only watch one game at a time.
Right.
So
That's all you can watch at
doesn't
once.
matter.
That's all I've tried to watch more than once, but my attention span's short as it is.
I can't do that. I can't. Now, I will say that I attended a luncheon that DTC gave on the 9th of October, I believe. And I sat at the table with a lovely couple, and I told them that I would give them a shout out. and that is Lucille and Hoyt Garrison. And we had a great lunch, and we got a nice door prize, and that's the key to everything. If you have food and door prizes, they will come. Now, I'm telling you, they
I've been
will.
on that side of the camera enough to know Carolyn is, if there's food and door prizes involved.
They will come. All right, and but you've got an event coming up very shortly, really.
Yep.
That I think is great, and it encompasses all of the areas really that can view DTC3, right?
Exactly, and what it is, it's a first ever telethon, and we're calling it the DTC for Kids Telethon. And I'll kind of give you a backstory how it started. About a year ago, we began planning a show up at DeKalb County based around music to raise money for the local Angel Tree program. And the more we started getting involved with that show, the more we started to think, well, how could we tie this maybe next year into what we do with DTC TV? And some ideas got thrown around, and all of a sudden we came up with the idea for a telethon. So in order to encompass everyone, you know, we went to each of the 5 counties, and when you start talking about this time of year, we're getting close to Christmas. When you talk about Christmas, you talk about kids, and there are a lot of needy kids out there, and I've discovered this even more as we've worked on this telethon. So we found basically a children's related organization in each of the 5 counties, and what we're going to do that night, Saturday, November 15th, and I'll get the information out there, it's 5 till 9 p.m. We're going to have it live from the DeKalb County Complex in Smithville. We've got plenty of room there. We're going to have 3 staging areas set up. One's going to have entertainment on it. It'll be kind of the main stage. Then we're going to have a couple of side stages where we'll have different hosts in each area talking about the telethon, interviewing some of the charities that will be benefiting from the telethon, and so on throughout the night. And to give you a little backstory on each of the charities, here in Cannon County, we're doing the fundraiser here for Cannon County Save. And Carolyn, I'm sure you know about them, Lisa Baird over there. And let me tell you something. That little lady is a ball of energy. She is something else. She's very passionate. They're geared toward domestic violence. They help victims of domestic violence. And right now, I know they're talking about trying to purchase a building to use for a shelter. That's their big long-term goal. But they also have an Angel Tree program here in Cannon County, and the proceeds from that will go to help with the Angel Tree program. But they're a great organization. DeKalb County's Cops for Kids. This is another one I got involved in last year. The local sheriffs, or the Smithville Police Department, they go out and they buy gifts for underprivileged children. And I think last year they served 250 children across DeKalb County. And what they do is one night they bring in all the families of these children into they've got the First Baptist Life Enrichment Center last year, and the local food bank donates enough food to feed all these families, and then they bring a church in to minister, read the story of Jesus, and they'll sing some songs, and then Santa Claus comes in and hands out the gifts to the children. Now, you know, you really take for granted sometimes how blessed you are until you see that little face walk across, sit in Santa's lap, Santa gives him a present, and that little child, nothing in this world has made him happier than that. And that changes your perspective very quickly. So that's a great work they do there. In Rutherford County, they have Shop with the Sheriff, and what they do is they find homeless children in Rutherford County. And I just talked to these folks this week, and it kind of blows your mind to think of even homeless people in the region, let alone homeless children in the region. So they find about 25 to 30 of these children, and they raise money, and they take them out to a breakfast a week or so before Christmas. And then they'll take them to, I think, a Target or Kmart or somewhere, give them a certain amount of money. And we talked to the sheriff over there, and in fact, he said what really warms your heart is these kids will go in, and the first thing they do is not necessarily run to the toy aisle to find themselves something. They go find mom something, dad something, brother or sister something, or a pair of shoes or a jacket, or just something that they need, and not looking at Xboxes and things like that. They really go out and try to do for their family and try to make that money last as much as they can. Smith County's got a new one. It's called Santa Shoppers, and it's going to operate a little bit like Rutherford County, where they're going to serve underprivileged children, go shopping with these kids, and help them with, we're going to help them with funding, but this is the first year for them, so they're kind of learning some lessons from some of the organizations, but they want to do theirs similar to what Rutherford is doing as far as taking the kids out. And in Wilson County Christmas for All. They've been doing theirs about 15 years, and like a lot of these others, they find families within the communities and the underprivileged children and such, and they go out and they purchase gifts for them. So a lot of this money, again, is going toward these children's organizations, and you know, I'm tickled to be part of this. I'm excited about it. It's a first-year thing, so we don't really know what to expect, but hey, just pass the word. That's all I can say, and hopefully people will be tuning in. We'll be televising it live on DTC Channel 3, and for folks outside the region, in fact, anywhere you can get internet, you can watch it on our website, dtc3.tv. So just please spread the word. Every dollar is going to count, and each and every dollar, 100% goes toward these charities that we're serving.
Are they going to be calling in, or do you do this ahead of time?
We're soliciting some businesses and industries ahead of time, corporate donations and such as that. But the night of the telethon, we will have phone bank set up. The number will be 464-KIDS, and I don't know those numbers right off the top of my head, but write that down at 464-KIDS. And the night of the telethon, call in. We'll have operators there working the phones. If it's busy, give it a couple minutes, call back, because we're hoping to keep those phone banks lit up all night long. So they can call in that night, and we will be asking that each person that calls in, each person that makes a donation, earmark the donation toward one of the charities, because each of the charities are 501c3, and I know some folks will turn that in on their taxes. So if you would, then when you call in, pick out one of the charities, but we'll be spotlighting the charities that night as we go through with the telecast, and we're going to crank up the cameras at 5 o'clock, and we're not going off till 9 o'clock, and through those 4 hours, it'll be a great show, but it's all for these kids, and hopefully we can raise a lot of money for them.
And you will have entertainment.
And we will have entertainment. Yep, we've got several singers, and glad to know that about you folks. And Carolyn, to give me your number, I wanted to talk to you ahead of time. Well, maybe we can work something out for, if not for the telethon, certainly for next year. But so much great talent in the region, and everybody, no one's turned us down. Everyone's been glad to jump right in and be part of this, and very excited about that.
Well, I hope this is a great one for the beginning of
Absolutely.
this event.
Will you
that
be
you're
performing there?
I'll be, whatever, I've told people this, whatever makes $1, I'll sing, I'll stand on my head if I can. So
I told you, food and door prizes, that's what you gotta have.
well, I'll sing with Carolyn if she will.
Well,
I'd have to
I'll pay to
hum.
see that.
Okay, all right.
I'll have to hum.
We'll rehearse. We'll rehearse.
Well, Caroline, I want to thank you and the Chamber here for helping promote the event, and Carolyn's going to be there helping with one of our staging areas as far as hosting, so we appreciate that as well.
Well, I appreciate you guys doing all of this, and like I say, DTC's been a great partner for the Chamber. There isn't anything that we've had that I've asked them that they haven't come through with something, from our car shows to, and just be able to provide this show for everything that happens in Cannon County. I mean, if you had to buy this kind of publicity, you'd have to have a fundraiser for that, I guess. So we thank DTC, and we appreciate y'all doing something like this too.
Hey, glad to do it. Very excited. Thank you.
Well, all right, good. I hold that till I get there that night, because I won't know what I'm doing. So
You're going to be singing.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
you're gonna
not
be humming.
singing. I'll work the
She'll be
phone
humming.
things. I might could hum a few bars or something. but
Okay. You heard it here first.
Okay, we have, are we about out of time? We are, aren't we? Okay. One thing I got to mention, we've talked about the Art Center and what a great thing it is for Cannon County, and it is. The Chamber office is here. They have a different display every year, and right now, Willy Wonka Jr. is taking center stage, and it will be November 11th, 12th, 13th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. And then they have, those will be the matinees from 9 to 11:30. And mainly those are for students, and then they will have the 15th and the 22nd will be the evening shows for everybody, and they will start at 7:30. And on Saturday, November 29th, the Holiday Craft Bazaar will be here. This whole art center will be covered with every kind of Christmas craft that you could ever imagine. And if you want to do some shopping, this may be a one-stop place right here. It will be from 9 until 4 p.m. It's only a one-day event, and the Blue Porch will be open for lunch. So that's a good thing to go to, and I'll guarantee you'll find something in here to take home with you. The Addams Family musical is right now. It is the 7th through the 22nd on the weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and then a matinee on Sundays. And I've seen them doing rehearsals for this, and just to watch the costumes is fun. They really kind of look like the Addams Family. They really do. December 5th through the 14th is the Christmas dinner show, and it will feature Honky Tonk Angels. Now, that sounds like fun in the name itself. So everybody needs to call and get their tickets, because that fills up fast, and you have a dinner and then a great show, and it's just a fun evening. The one thing I wanted, before we run out of time, probably our merchant's biggest event of the year, or at least one of them, is the Cannon County Country Christmas Merchants Open House. Now that gets longer every year, and I don't know how, but it does. But that will be held in Woodbury on Friday and Saturday, November 21st and 22nd. Santa will be delivered to the square at 5 p.m. on Friday night in a covered wagon, pulled by, of course, mules. And they will have a Santa hat on, so that's okay. And of course, that's courtesy of Andy Duggan and Jimmy Simpson, and they're with the Middle Tennessee Mule
Skinners.
I didn't know if it was drivers or Skinners or something, but it's Skinners. Y'all know what that is. All right, pictures with Santa will be taken at Bob and Jules General Store. That's located at 111 Main Street. There'll be a sign out there. We will have a Santa. The packet will be $10 for an 8x10, 2 5x7s, and 4 4x6s. The stores will stay open till 9 p.m. Refreshments, door prizes, discounts, and you'll get to receive a ticket for the business basket, which will be given away on Saturday. And last year, that business basket was worth $400. This year, the only difference is you have to be present to win. And Santa will draw the winning ticket on Saturday at noon, right on the square. Billy?
Well, thank you for having me here. It was very enjoyable being your co-host today. We have a gift from Short Mountain Distillery for you. This is the first Christmas present given this year, I think, in all of America.
I'm honored.
We have these new mini bottles from Short Mountain Distillery. We have the Prohibition Tea, the Apple Pie, and the Shine. And these are all yours, Carolyn, and I hope you enjoy them.
Thank you.
And these also make great stocking stuffers. So if you choose not to drink them yourself, you
No,
can.
I may need that Prohibition tea before I go on the telephone.
This one might be
It's
good.
really good.
This would keep you warm at the Christmas parade.
I wouldn't know who was who or what was what.
But and we've got also, and everyone probably knows what these are, but these are moonshine cookies from the Blue Porch. These are also excellent gifts for Christmas.
They are.
So I know that you're surrounded with these, but these are yours now. So
thank
if you don't want to dip into your moonshine, you can open
Eat
up
a cookie.
open up your cookies and enjoy these today.
Well, Billy, this is unexpected, and thank you very much.
Merry
and I don't
Christmas,
have a thing
happy
for you.
holidays, happy Hanukkah to you.
Well, we've covered it all. The Easter Bunny, everybody's
Everyone,
been here.
Kwanzaa as well.
If you need help drinking those, just let me know.
No, I'll have to pick just the right time, I'm sure.
Okay.
Probably when, there's no telling, there's no telling what I'd act like if I drank.
Do it at home, Carolyn. Do it at home.
Well, that's no fun. There's nobody there to listen to.
Tune in next month.
All right, we're almost out of time. We probably are out of time. We appreciate everybody that listens to our show, and we want to wish you a happy Turkey Day.